I know what you think. You might say that JavaScript is challenging and you cannot learn programming in under 10 minutes. But I can prove you're wrong. You can learn basics of the JavaScript programming language in a little bit over 10 minutes, and I will show it to you right now. And by the way, JavaScript is one of the easiest programming languages in the world. You might ask why? Well, the first version of JavaScript was created in just 10 days. I didn't think you can create anything complicated in 10 days. So let me show you guys how you can learn programming from zero to holy moly, I understand something, as I already have 10 years of experience working in the field of IT. And I have already taught hundreds, if not thousands of people who have successfully became software specialists. And you know what? You might become one day too. Who knows? So let me introduce myself and then we're gonna get started. My name is Sergey Kromchenko. I am software QA engineer, lead manager, and a senior engineering manager of SDAT in the past. I've been into world of IT for about 10 years. But today I'm preaching people like you how to become a coder or a software QA engineer from scratch or to improve your existing skills. But regardless, today is the day when I'm going to show you how to write your first JavaScript code. Let's go! Hey Angel, and thank you for letting me to torture you a little bit and teach you some JavaScript.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine to be tortured.
Awesome. And you have no previous experience in coding, right?
Right. That is correct.
Amazing. Now, let me quickly share my screen and I will show you how you can learn basics of the JavaScript within 10 minutes and you can create your own to-do list. Let's get started. So, you can open up, let's see, let me move this thing away. You can open up any browser, preferably Google Chrome or Brave, but it doesn't really matter except the Safari, because that one is quite different. You can hit inspect to see the dev tools, and dev tools are a scary thing the majority of people are not aware of. And that's where the devs are doing some magic. And then we're going to go to console. So this is the place where you can run your code. This is the place where you can write some JavaScript and it will actually run and show you results right here. So I'm going to show you the basics. And first of all, I'm going to say that all the programming is about working with data. And we can, first of all, we can just do the calculations here. The simplest thing is to show you that 5 plus 5, and then I'm going to hit enter. Even before I hit enter, we can see result right below it, but as soon as I hit the enter, it's going to show us, okay, the result is 10. And we can do whatever we want. 55 plus 99 equals to 154. We can do the simplest equations. That's the first thing ever. But generally, programming is about working with data saved into variable names. And that should sound familiar for those people who had some algebra in school. Although I sucked, honestly, my rate was, what's the worst rate in the US? You guys go from A to D, right?
Yep.
And D is the worst. Where's the best?
I think F is the worst.
F is the worst? Okay, so
yeah.
mine was the F in a school. We had a different system. It was in Eastern Europe during my times. It was from 1 to 12, and mine was like 3 out of 12. So that's like one of those things. Just for the good-looking eyes, they gave me a 3 instead of 1. So, and you remember that X equals to 5, right? So we just said that. Now computer remembers that if we say X, that means 5. And all of the programming is about working with the data through the variable names. So now we're going to say X plus X. And the result, you can see right here. Yeah. It is, right? Because we know that X is 10. So that's an entire idea of programming. We're working with the data through the variable names of it. So that's the very basic. And now, aside of working with digits, we can work with something called strings, which are pretty much text. And let's say name equals to, and then in the quotes, we're going to say Angel. All right, so we're going to save it by hitting enter, and then we're going to say, let's create a new variable and call it greeting. Greeting equals to, hi, my name is, we're also going to save it. And now if we say greeting, oops, I didn't finish it. Greeting plus name, the result is, hi, my name is Angel. By the way, we're missing space. So we can connect two pieces of text together, right?
Right.
Cool. So that's not very handy yet, but we're getting into to-do list. I'm going to show you a couple of things from the JavaScript, and then we're going to create our own first program, and we're going to run it in the terminal. I mean, in the console of the browser. So great. We know how to work with the digits. We know how to work with the strings, which is a text. Awesome. But in order to put it all together and create some reusable pieces of code, we're going to learn something in a second. But in a browser, you want to work with the buttons and you want to see something instead of typing, right? That's what we all got used to. So let me show you something that's called alert. So if you want users to see something on a screen, you can use alert function of the JavaScript. And let's say alert, you have been hacked. Imagine seeing this on your screen.
Yeah, no bueno.
Google say you've been hacked. And like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And there's only OK button. So this is alert. This is one of the simplest functions or methods of the browser, and it is there by default. Honestly, cool. In this, but also browser, you can ask people for the information through the browser. So if I want you to answer some questions, I can do prompt. That's another function of the JavaScript, and that you can use in a browser. So I'm gonna ask you a question like, "Hey, how young are you?"
Hmm.
And we're gonna hit it, and then you can say something like, "Well, I am 33. At least that's what I remember." And cool, that has been saved in a computer. The you are 33, right? So we can see it on our side as the programmers. Okay, cool. We've learned few things. We might have even got lost. Now let's put it all together and create one function, one reusable piece of code that will be able to remember things that we're going to be doing. So let's create our to-do list. So first of all, that's a new piece of data that we're going to learn, which is called, or a new way of using the data, working with the data. It's called function. Think about this. You want to create reusable piece of code. It could be something like a car. You create a car and you can use it to go to a store, to go to work, to go to the beach, right? So that's kind of similar idea. So let's call our function, let's see, what do we call it? Add to do, because our function is going to be adding to do things for us. And this is going to be a function, so I'm going to put a curly braces here, but no pressure for you. And now we're going to have to write our code here and know what exactly are we going to do. So first of all, we're going to set let, which is pretty much, we're saying, hey, let's let this name exist. And we're going to call it new to do equals to prompt. So remember that we said prompt. We wanted to save some data, save some input from the user, right?
Right.
We're going to ask user a question. What would you like to do? What would you like to add to your to-do list? So that's going to be our question, and we're going to save it into variable to do. So after we get an answer, is going to be saved in the computer memory. Cool. And the next, let's see. The next, we're going to have to put it in the list of into the one list of our to do things. So let's say that to dos. And by the way, we're going to have to create our to dos first. I'm going to say let to dos equals to an empty array. And by the way, array is just a place where you can store a lot of different values, like a pretty much bag of memory.
It's
So
like a storage,
yeah,
basically.
it's a storage, exactly.
Got it.
So, and we can push things into storage. So we're gonna say, we're gonna get this prompt and we're gonna save it into new to do, and then we're gonna push it into our storage. So new to do is going to get pushed to do pretty much list. Awesome. After we do this, we're going to alert. We're going to let ourselves know what has been saved so far. So we're going to see an entire list of to-dos. So one more time. First step, we're asking user, hey, can you add a list, or what do you want to add to your list? We add it, then we push it to our storage, and with the push method. And a third, alert, we're going to show everyone an entire list. So let's save the code. Let's hit the enter. Boom. It says undefined, which means there is no response at this moment, which is completely fine. Now, I'll show you how to use this function as we have created so far. The name is add to do, so we're going to say add to do, and we're going to run it for the first time. Boom. Let's see. What would you like to add to your to-do list? Angel, what are you planning to do tomorrow?
Learn JavaScript. Let's go with that one.
Learn JavaScript. That's a good one. The first item. Okay. Google says learn JavaScript. Awesome. So that's the first one. Let's run it again. By the way, I'm going to click arrow up and hit enter. What's the second one?
Planning on working out before we learn JavaScript. Need the mind fresh.
Workout. I think that should work. Let's hit enter. All right. We've got two things on the list already. Learn JavaScript and a workout. Let's add a third one.
Probably a little reading.
Reading.
Yeah.
Read a book.
Yep.
Boom. We got three things already. Awesome. And this list is going to be infinite. You can add as many items as you would like to. And later, when you learn more JavaScript, you could even remove it from your list. So this is very basic and the first function that we have created, which is a reusable piece of code, and you all can run it in your browsers. I would like to ask you guys to give it a shot and let us know in a comment below, how do you like running in JavaScript so far? And for you, Angel, let's see, should we go a little bit in depth and maybe add an extra function, create something a little more complicated?
I mean, I'm up for it. So let's see what we can come up with. I might
Awesome.
need to add, I might need to add nap on the to-do list after all the learning.
Okay, let's add it. Take a nap.
Yep.
Boom. So learn JS, work out, read the book, and take a nap. Honestly, it is an amazing schedule. I would just add some food before you take a nap,
You're
and
right.
that would be amazing.
Yep.
But how about, let's see, what would be the most interesting one? How about we actually ask ChatGPT to create us a mortgage calculator?
That sounds pretty good.
And then we read it and understand it together. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
ChatGPT. Since you're still watching this video, I'm pretty sure you are enjoying it. So let's do this. You're gonna hit that big fat thumb up button below and subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna let you continue watching this video. I'll give you 2 seconds to do that, and then we're gonna continue. Let's continue. Cool. Now let's quickly ask it, hey ChatGPT, can you create a very simple function with very simple JS, which is a JavaScript function that will function, what are we going to call it? Mortgage calc, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah.
Calculator that will take, What do we need in order to calculate the monthly payment?
Um, Payments, you're gonna do principal and interest,
Yeah,
taxes and insurance, or what do you? I'm
I
not
mean,
sure what you're asking.
what are the three basic things that we need in order to calculate the monthly payment? There'll be down
Oh,
payment, price,
price, down payment.
down payment,
Hmm.
and APR probably, the
Yep,
rate,
right, and the interest. Yeah.
and returns a monthly payment. Okay, let's do that. Whoa, that's fast. That's quite a bit of code, right? But
Oh yeah.
we're just gonna copy it. And then we're gonna go to, you can go to any website. You can actually do it right here, to be honest, and I will show it. Right click, inspect console. We're gonna clean up all of these errors from the chat GPT website, and we're gonna paste our code. Okay,
Mm,
cool. We're just gonna paste it. It has been saved. And now if we say mortgage calc, I'm going to double click it, click here, paste, and we need to specify three things. And you can see price.
price.
How much is the average house in your area? By the way,
About 350, 400.
400,000. Okay,
Yeah.
400, 4,000, 40,000, 400,000, comma. By the way, you guys can ignore these errors. They are coming from this website right here. Okay, then the second thing is down payment. How much are you putting down?
Let's say 50,000.
50,000, not a bad down payment.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next one is APR. What's the APR now?
It's like around 7 last time I checked, somewhere
That,
in there.
and okay, well, and you can see the result already right here. We didn't even run it. Um, so $2,328.56. Does it sound right?
I would prefer it to be 2,328 with 50 cents, but it's close.
Okay, how about we change it? Let's say I don't have 50,000 to give you. What if I'll give you only 20,000?
Let's see. Yeah, that might bump up pretty high.
200 plus dollars.
Yep.
So I think this is because our calculator is very simple. It does not include the mortgage insurance if you pay 20% less than the down payment. So, which makes sense, but we're not going to make it more complicated. We're just going to read it, right?
Yeah.
Let's quickly read through, try to understand it. So, and you can read it on your own and understand it, right? Why don't we?
Yeah. Monthly interest rate equals APR. And then how would you say that? I guess divided by 100.
Yeah, divided by 100.
Okay. Divided by 100 and then divided by 12, which is the yearly.
Yep,
Hmm.
that makes sense. And then we're gonna calculate the loan amount by
Price minus down payment.
makes sense. That's the human readable code, right? And the thing
Yeah.
is, we call it with the human readable word. That's why programming is all about saving data with variable names. We make it human readable as much as possible. So now, we've passed 400,000 and then two and then 20,000 and then 7, but here we don't call it those ways. We call it in a human readable way so we could understand it easily. So the loan amount will equal to price minus down payment. Very human readable. And what's the
Yeah.
next one?
Number of payments equals 30 times 12. So I'm assuming 30 years by 12 months, right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's even the
Oh, it's
chat
right there.
has specified it for us right there. It
Yeah.
makes so much sense. And next, we're going to calculate monthly payment using the formula for mortgage payment, which is this is pretty much some math, but honestly, you would use math only when you have to do some calculations. Otherwise, programming is not about math at all. It's about a logic and only logic. And you will apply math when you have to work with math or calculation. And
Right.
It is as simple as that. Math round, so we're gonna round it to decimal places, and then we're gonna return a monthly payment. That's it. So we
Seems pretty. There's some things here and there. It takes time to learn, but it does seem pretty easy enough as long as you keep on repeating it.
exactly. And the thing is, with the help of ChatGPT, people think that ChatGPT is taking jobs. For now, ChatGPT is making you learn things faster, making you a better engineer and a better person.
Yeah,
And if you know how, you can do such a cool things in such a fast way, and you can learn much faster.
yeah, definitely. I can see that for sure. Good stuff. Yeah, I appreciate that. Now I got
Awesome.
to get to repetition.
Yep, exactly. And you will learn it in what is it? In 2 weeks, you're gonna start learning JavaScript because we've just started test automation course.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining, Angel, and hopefully we will show you as our next YouTube star who just got a job offer in, I don't know, in 4 months, in 5 months. Hopefully you get it before you even finish the course. Hopefully.
There we go.
Awesome.
I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
joining, and you have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Do you think that was really challenging? I don't think so. We were able to build 2 software applications with no skills from your side at all. And now you even know how to utilize AI to build software very quickly. And imagine this, that was done only in about a little bit over 10 minutes. How much can you learn in the weeks, months, or over years? That's quite crazy. Either way, if you would like to learn more about coding, or if you're interested in becoming an IT specialist from scratch, feel free to take a look at the courses that I have available for you, links to which you can find right below this video. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time.